Hi, this is KanDJohnson. I am your host, and this is Real Talk, brought to you by Real Raw Records. Today, we're going to have the general topic is politics and bullshit. And covered under that topic, we're going to have a subject of discussion about activism. Activism, in the simplest terms, would entail something happening or some type of action, somebody doing something, okay? So the reason I wanted to talk about activism is because, hi Kim, is because I was on one of my friends' posts and I just commenting as I normally do about different things. When people post about politics and what's going on and current events on TV, since I don't watch TV, I look at other people's posts, and I know that what information I need to know, I can find out through other people, and that's how I find out about current events. Hey, Michael. Hey, Drew. How y'all doing? Thanks for joining me. So, I'm real old-fashioned when it comes to gathering news or getting information. I do that via people. I don't look in books, I don't read newspapers, and I don't watch TV. All right, I'm real old school when it comes to that. So here I was scrolling in my timeline, and one of my friends was having a discussion, and he posed the question, is it illegal for someone to use their office against someone and they on their job and stuff, referring to what the president opinions and little things he been saying and doing concerning the football player. And a lot of people been posting their views, perspectives, and comments concerning the issue with the football player. And I understand when things go on and people disapprove of what's going on, everybody gonna have their own thoughts and perspectives and opinions concerning those matters. But when the guy was another guy was commenting on that post, he posted that a whole article saying that basically that the president was wrong to interfere with that particular situation. And so I had made fun of the guy, and I was wrong because I thought he was saying that the football player was a government worker, and that he should not be altering how people view things because of the position that he's in. But the man said he was talking about the president shouldn't do that. Okay. And I certainly agree with that, although I never had no intentions on commenting my personal views on that topic. Okay. I am just silly as hell, and I thought he made that he was voicing his opinions against the football player, so I thought that was funny. I mean, if he thought the football player was a government worker, that would have been funny. That would have been funny as shit. So that's what I was trying to point out a joke, but it wasn't a joke. The joke was on me. So I went there and I apologized on the post, and I apologized on my post that I was wrong for that. And so the person who originally made the post said, "Well, Candy, you don't have to be quiet. You welcome here," or whatever he said. But I'm gonna tell you, the people that be on my post, they can basically set you straight because they be writing, they know what they talking about. Now, I ain't gonna speak on that because he was trying to be nice and everything, and he was welcoming. The point he was trying to make is I'm welcome to come there, and if you anybody's welcome to have your own views, but he was letting you know it's some knowledgeable people that will correct you if you are incorrect. All right. And I'm not going to speak on that because I saw some comments that were incorrect, but they wasn't corrected. I think people just like talking to me. And so I'm going to leave that alone. But I went on to tell him that I had no intentions of even speaking on the topic. I was just making a joke. Because that's what I like. I'm ridiculous like that. I'll take serious situations and that people are all in an uproar about it, and I always seem to find some humor in it. Okay, but we talking about activism right now in this broadcast because as we proceeded on and words was exchanged, I explained myself, he explained himself, and we got understanding. He forgive me for speaking out of turn, okay, and he accepted my apology. That was an awesome thing. But when the person who made the post welcomed me into the conversation, I was trying to let him know that I have no intention in indulging in political conversation because I am a doer. I do not ever call myself an activist, although in the technical sense of the word, I am an activist because I actively provide solutions, and I also actively raise awareness of problems and present solutions for those problems, and that's what a real activist is supposed to do. So when I told him I'm about actions and solutions, and I told him I don't have no intentions on indulging that conversation. But if y'all want to have a conversation about what we can do to remedy our economic crisis in the United States, then I'm all in. I'm all in. If you want to talk about solutions and what we can do to remedy some of the economic problems and issues that we face in our society, because even if, okay, he was saying, the other guy that was coming, he was saying that, oh, we are talking about something important. We talking about the abuse of young black men in our society being abused by the system, the police, and just the whole system. And I don't know if he realized that I'm black. So I know more in depth of what the problem actually is than you do, because I'm on the inside looking out and you're on the outside looking in, darling. And so we both have different perspectives, but it suffices to say I might have a little more insight than you do, okay, about that topic. And am I saying that the football player is useless in him kneeling or whatever like that? Heck no, I'm so proud of him, because they probably gonna kill that man, all right? That man, more than just people being mad at him for holding up the game, they are eventually gonna kill that man for that, all right? Because if you pay attention in history, what happens to black people when we speak up, okay? We come up stinking. That's what happened with Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was fine all that time. As soon as he rebelled openly against Sony, he wound up dead, all right? So as far as insight about the systematic problem, I'm very knowledgeable of that indeed. That's how I know standing on a knee is a good start. I mean, him getting on his knees is a good start, but I also know that man's life is in danger now, all right? And sometimes they don't kill us. They just make your life so fucking miserable for not doing what they say do. You wish you was dead, okay? And, you know, when it comes down to the reality of that situation, I am well aware because of the things that have happened to me. They took everything I had but the clothes on my back in one day. So when you want to talk about repercussions for doing right, I am very aware of that. I wrote a song called Insane Love, and part of the lyrics in that song says, punish me for doing right and I'll do it again. Because that happened to me, okay? It's happening to me, all right? That you, and the reality of our society is black people get punished for doing right as well as wrong, see? And see, a lot of Caucasians wouldn't even be able to comprehend that because they have been deceived into thinking that, oh, they only putting these people in jail, or they just doing them this because they wicked and they bad people and they doing wrong. But they don't know this is the rule of do right and nothing won't happen to you don't apply to us. Okay? It just does not apply to us. So, and as far as if you do wrong, you won't prosper. Obviously, with the president we have, we know that you can do any damn thing you want to and still appear to prosper, and you can be very, very successful in the eyes of society. Even in doing wrong, okay? Now, am I speaking against y'all president? No, I am not, okay? You will never, ever, ever see me on my timeline or anywhere else in real life speaking against the president, because I have respect for his position, all right, the position itself. I don't have to like him, all right, but I do believe in respect and honor, for that office. Okay, so since I don't have anything much good to say about that fella, I just don't say nothing at all. Okay. Every now and then I'll see a little meme or something like that that's just funny because it's funny, and I'll share that. But it's not a slight against the president to try to throw out, because if I'm gonna say something, anybody that know me know anything I want to say, I ain't gonna sneakily say not a goddamn thing. Whatever I have to say, I just say it and deal with the consequences. But I love to laugh and joke and find humor in different things. Okay. The problem I have with people saying that they discussing stuff and they want to convince themselves that we're discussing this is helping. Okay. And the reason why I said that like that is because it is a pretense now. You're just pretending that you helping something when really it only helps that person in their feeling good about themselves and their self-worth or their self-esteem to be able to say, hey, I'm not racist and I don't think this should be going on. All right. Now, that's an awesome, beautiful thing. Okay. But if you don't speak up at the time when a black person is being mistreated and you sit over there and you quiet, then you might as well be racist. Let's keep it real, because you're not acting upon your non-racial bias if you will allow something unjust to happen to a black person, when if it was of your same kind, you might well speak up. Okay. Now, the real truth of the matter is a lot of these instances and things that happen to black community is sneaky, is subtle, it's so embedded into the system of things that a lot of people will look upon an injustice and think nothing is going on. Okay. And they'll say, well, oh, that person deserved this, or oh, that person deserved that. Because they don't understand that in order to deceive, you would have to have an abundance of truth and then just defile it a little bit with a lie, just enough to make it to get the lie off as a truth. Okay. I'll give you a good example of that. The systematic nature of racism. For example, if you take a white or black person, it doesn't matter, or any race or person, and you push them in a corner, you don't give them no jobs. And we got black people with degrees and stuff that's hard to get a job. All right, that's having a hard time getting jobs. So don't think all niggas is on welfare because we not. And don't think all niggas don't want to work, because we love to work. All right, that's in our nature. Even the dope dealers you see out on the corner, they motherfucking working. Okay, it's a lot they got to do out there. All right, and they are business men and women. And And although they may be in an illegal business, they still are business minded, all right? And many of them are out there because of the system of not allowing us to work, okay? Not giving us a job. I have seen in many of workplaces that I've worked at where somebody less intelligent than me was over me and my supervisor or manager, and they was dumb as a Dixie bat. Okay, I don't even know what that is, but that's how ridiculous it was. Okay, for them to even be in a position of authority. And you could never really understand how that feel to know that somebody is only in a position of authority over you simply because of their skin color. Because unless you've been in that type of predicament, unless you black, you couldn't even comprehend our struggles, because people think slavery is over with when it really is not over. It just took on a different form. Now what they're doing is forcing us out of work. So what happens? People will resort to doing whatever they can to survive. It's a difference between being evil and being in survival mode, okay? This is why you see they have the little movies, but it's realistic, that when people stuck on an island and they don't have nothing to eat, and then that's where cannibalism come in, because the survival mode kick in. It's not that the people are evil and want to eat people. It's your survival, your human nature of survival kick in, okay? And if you a mother and you need to provide for your children, and you've been trying to get a job, you already know, even if you get a job today or tomorrow, it's going to take you anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks to get your first check. In the meantime, in between time, your bills and your responsibility to your children ain't going to stop just because you waiting on your check, okay? So this is why people feel that they have to do something, and then do wrong, all right, to just make ends meet, okay? And there's a lot of things to explain some of the things that people stereotype us with. But I'm not trying to explain our way out of the fact that we are humans. And aside from all the systemic racial factors, we are humans. And what makes it the offense of systemic racism is based on pushing that human nature to the point of ugly. And that's what they use, our own natural human nature, the women, using the women against the men and stuff like that. They use our own human and natural nature against us, okay? And that's just like to say, okay, we caught 1,000 black people stealing, all right? But then they purposely leave out the fact that they might have caught equally amount of white people stealing, but they not gonna tell that part. They only tell, now see, they didn't lie to you. They didn't lie if they said they caught the 1,000 black ones, all right? But where the deception comes in is when they let you believe that it was only black ones doing it, okay? And why would they do that? Well, because of what they have accomplished over the years is to make people think that it's okay to mistreat black people because they are thieves and liars and stealers and stealers and thieves is the same thing. Thieves, and no such thing as stealers. But try to make us seem like we just the scum of the earth and lower than human beings. Dogs and animals get treated better than black people do, and that's real talk now. If we was having a discussion about shooting a dog for no reason, it wouldn't even be no discussion. All right. But, we gotta discuss it when it's a nigga. Oh, wait a minute now. What we discussing is niggas human beings? All right. And would you want that done to your family member? All right. Well, what is there to damn discuss? See, only reason people won't discuss it, all right, is because they don't want to do a goddamn thing about it. We don't need to discuss a motherfucking thing. What we need to do is stop it. Do something about it. But can we do something about a whole history of racism that's been embedded so much so into our society that you even have black people that's racist against black people? I don't think no immediate action can remedy that. It just can't. Okay. But what we can do is, first of all, acknowledge that our prison system is full of non-violent offenders. And they black, all right? Petty crimes. People quick say, oh, somebody went to jail. But do you even know what they went to jail for? You just judged them as being a crooked criminal. And all they might have done was run a traffic light where you did that shit yourself. All right. So that's what I mean by systematically trying to make people think that we are more wicked than any other race. And we are not. All of us break the law. All of us have ran a red light or done something we ain't got no business. All right. Now, who being arrested for these type of things is a subject that need to be discussed if you talking about you want to eradicate racism, all right? That would mean you would have to start being fair. Either stop arresting black people for silly ass crimes and just harassing us, or you would have to start arresting white people for petty ass crimes and other races for petty ass crimes. Now, that second option sound real stupid. And if we want to get a practical solution, that definitely don't sound like an option we want to explore. Because I don't think that would remedy the problem for them to start arresting white people for silly ass shit or other races. That wouldn't even the score. How about you let our men out of jail so they can be fathers to their family, because it's a lot of dudes in there crying right now because they might have committed a petty crime or even a big crime, but they might have committed those crimes to provide for their family. So it's not that they lack love for their family, they just might have lacked opportunity to provide for their family in a legal manner. All right. And for all the black activists who think they smart, but they ain't too smart when it come down to solutions, because they will tell you that what's happening to us is because we are unlearned or not knowledgeable, okay? And everybody is aware of the racism, and that's what a lot of these black activists talking about, you not knowledgeable of the way things work. Okay, even if I don't know the way things work, I do know that there is a problem. So if you're a black activist, you ain't helping no damn body by just magnifying the problem. You know how you take a magnifying glass? Well, when you put a magnifying glass on something, you don't change that thing. The way you see it gets larger. I mean, your view or perspective of that thing gets larger or more detailed, but it don't change the object when you magnify it. All right. The only thing that changed is your perspective or your view of that thing. Okay. So in educating, I think these activists need a little education on what activism is, all right? Because raising awareness don't do a motherfucking thing unless somebody act, okay? Because we all are already aware that bullshit goes on. What we need activists to do is do something about it, all right? Advocate for what's right. And a lot of times these activists, and I'm speaking specifically about black activism and people claiming to be activists for the black community, because they're an embarrassment to us. Every black activist that has come out, I am even ashamed when people bring them up, okay? I'm ashamed when people bring them up, because if you look at that shit, you ain't even got to put a magnifying glass on it. Just look at it like it is and call it like it is. They ain't doing a damn thing for our community, okay? And I have even approached some directly, and they just plumb all out, done one or two things. They either fucking ignored me like I didn't even exist, or they attacked me like I was the enemy, okay? Because I told them, if you saying you are activist and you for black people, then here, I got a solution. Let's do this. But because my solution ain't about hatred towards white people, they don't want to hear that. They just want to keep the bullshit perpetuated, opposite racism, see? And I ain't down with that. I ain't down with that. I believe that black people are fucking amazing human beings. But do I think that it's okay to put the other race down? I feel like that's the reason they doing it to us in the first place, because they're intimidated by us. Why would you wanna how they call that, flock your you know how roosters uh put their chest out and they go in they, you know, why would you do that when you see that that person is already intimidated by you, when you see that that person is already afraid of you, when you see that they're already feeling insecure around us. So we're not helping anything by flocking and flaunting our features and stuff, our you know, our blessing. You know, what we need to do is try to come to an understanding that we don't want to harm nobody. We just want them to stop harming us. How about that? But can I get an amen on that? Can I get an amen? We ain't, we can't say that we want to remedy the problem if the remedy is for us to switch roles from becoming victims to being the predator. All right. Because that's the what the old folks say, the pot calling the kettle black. Okay. And no, I mean, even if I was white, I can understand. I wouldn't want to give you too much freedom either, because then you might come back and try to oppress them. And who in their right mind is dumb enough to give you the power to do back to them what they've been doing to us for years? It can get crucial. White people would be instinct. We already outnumber them as it is. All right. So if we get somebody in control or give them too much power that's racist, but the opposite way, from like blacks against the whites, then well, we still got the same problem, just different. It just switched roles. And I don't think switching roles would be a solution to the problem. Okay. I believe we need to, first of all, understand and be realistic about things before we start putting in our requests for certain liberties. We need to understand that bondage first come into mind. And if we are bound by hatred, then we are not only victims, but we are contributors to the problem as well. All right. So I might not can't get an amen from y'all, but it's right in the goddamn weed. You understand? That's why I said it. It's right in the goddamn weed. We need to learn how to accept the reality of things. That, like, I don't have no intentions, and I really don't even think about eradicating racism, because racism, for the most part, is in the minds of the people. And people are always gonna think the way in the hell they wanna think, okay? So what could we do different to change what our current circumstances would not for me, I would say, would not be in trying to raise awareness and all this kind of stuff of racism. But I think people need to start acting. People need to start acting. Support. Okay, this is the thing about activism, all right? Now, like I said, an activist is supposed to be somebody who puts efforts towards solutions to a problem. General understanding of activism, okay? So, if we having problems in the black community, and our major problem in the community is that, first of all, our leadership has been attacked and destroyed and utterly, wow, is crucial. Can we get our men back? That's who I'm speaking for, the women that is not knowledgeable enough in the black community to understand that this is our biggest problem, because y'all took our men from us. I ain't talking about interracial relationship. I'm talking about y'all took all our good men and throw them in jail for any old thing, all right? Can we have our men back? At this point, I don't even know if it'll be helpful to even have them back, because when they put them in jail, see, this is something y'all don't understand. They turn a petty criminal into a career criminal because they learn from other criminals in the jail how to even be, they can't learn nothing else but criminology. They in jail, you lock them in there with criminals, and you done turn maybe somebody that just might have committed an act that out of desperation into a lifetime criminal or a homosexual, because you done put him in there so damn long and he not having access to no woman. You know, it's just a lot y'all doing to our men. I would appreciate if y'all just stop it, please. Can y'all please just stop it, okay? Doing our men like this to him. Also, another thing they're doing is they'll give a black woman a leadership job to shit on the black men, and the black women is so ambitious. We getting all caught up in that. Yeah, I make more money than you. Bitch, you making more money than him because they trying to make him look like a damn fool in your eyesight so you don't respect him. Even when he not in jail, you ain't respecting him because you got the higher paying position, see? It's all to destroy the authority figure in the home, all right? That's systematic. That's systematic. I have seen so many, even black people talk about, oh, our black men, they ain't taking care of their children, they ain't doing this. When I stopped and thought about it, I was like, wait a minute. Not only did my kid's father want my children, but he took them and raised them half of their life. I raised them half. Then I go on and look at it and was like, my daddy took care of me. And then his daddy took care of him. All right. And just in general, I've seen a lot more black men that took care of their children than didn't. And so I had to stop saying that bullshit, because in reality, I didn't even see what they were saying, that black men don't do this and black men don't do that, because most of the black men I know do. Even the ones that I know that sold drugs, I know they took care of their children. And they was doing it to provide, because they wanted the best for their children as far as material things. They might have been going about accomplishing that in the wrong manner, but shoes. Any two kind of ways you want to cut that apple, it is what it is. And a lot of our black men love they children. All right. I've seen grown men cry, black men crying because the woman was using the kid as a pawn and keeping their children away from them. Okay. Grown ass men. And that's because the women is being ugly. Okay. Women being spiteful and ugly because this system of things have turned them mentality wise to a point of disrespect for the men. And they haven't, just like I didn't at the time, stopped and looked at, hey, you got your children's father love your child and want to be a part of their life, and no matter that y'all relationship didn't work out, he's still trying to be there. Well, he don't fit the stereotype. Why are you treating him like he do? And I remember even when I was in a custody situation with my kid's father, I was so caught up on my mentality of saying, oh, don't take my kids away from me, them my kids, at first. And then I kind of got a reality check when I prayed and talked to God about it. And he said, you being selfish, you should be thankful that you have your kid's father that want to take care of them. Regardless of, his girlfriend or whatever, that's what was my main concern of her mistreating my children over there. But the fact that my children's father wanted to take care of them, I was confronted with that reality, that's a blessing. And he had been there, bought them the best of the best. He worked. He wasn't no drug dealer. He was a working man, and what reason could I really have from keeping them from their father? I didn't have them. So once I realized that I was wrong, even in fighting it, the custody, I just let it go. I let it go and let them build a close relationship with their father, okay? Because along the way, I realized that I can't possibly say that I love my kids and deny them the opportunity to be close and be in a relationship with their father, okay? And it's understanding to have the protective nature of a mother in the case that the step parent might be abusive in some type of way, all right? But I had to just let that situation go, and my issues with her, because I didn't have a problem with her. I just knew she had a problem with me because she knew that my kid's father still loved me, and that bothered her. But what she didn't understand was I love him, but I didn't want to be in a relationship, and I respected their relationship. I never messed with him after our relationship was over. I just don't do that kind of stuff. That's nasty. If it's her man now, no matter how long he was mad, it's hers now. And I got that. But because she was approaching him and trying to get with him while he was with me, she just assumed that she would get that type of behavior back from me, but I'm not that type. I'm not no hoe. Okay. So she was on her own on those actions, and she'll have to deal with those consequences, maybe through somebody else, but not through me. So once I came into the understanding that whatever issues I have with her, I'm just going to have to trust that their father loved them enough to protect them from her if need be. All right. And my daughter ran away quite a few times. But one time she ran away and she found me, and I told her that was wrong, you know, and that she got to go back. And I understood she wants her mama, but things got to be done in the right way, all right? Else I would get the blame for all of that, and I didn't even know what was going on. But anyway, I said all that to say this because as far as activism goes, sometimes we can have in our mind what we think is good or is right, but that's the reason why I think the Creator made people that are leaders, because lay persons don't know no better. They're just like sheep, all right? And this is the reason why the Creator made people that are innately leaders, okay? And what is going on in our society with the leadership, the problem in leadership is too many people are being allowed to be called leaders, and they not leaders. They don't have no damn solutions, and all the stuff they come up with is negative and hateful and spiteful and unproductive. And many times they just be what you call that, powered by greed, okay, and want money. Some people are powered by the hope of fame or just being known, to be on TV, and they ain't even getting no money from it, and they just like people just thinking they got some, or they just like being on TV in front of the cameras or whatever like that. So they're satisfied with those results. So nothing is really being done to advocate for the victims of the whatever you activate, being supposed to be an activist for. The victims are not being advocated for in those circumstances when the leaders are being governed by how much money they getting, the lack of money they getting, and stuff like that. Now, the reason I didn't say no specific names, and I can get real jiggy with it, all right? I just want you to know that none of them motherfucking activists do not represent us, all right? When I say us, I mean black people that just want to be here and not be fucking harassed, all right? It's some of us that is violent in our reaction or response to what's being done to us, but then you have a lot of us that we don't want to fight with y'all. We just want y'all to stop fucking with us for no reason, please, you know. And that shouldn't be no outlandish, unreasonable requests. to stop fucking with us uh, 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 for petty ass shit, okay? Because if we keeping it real, if we want to divide the line between um, rights and wrongs, we may a black person may kill, but we ain't no fucking serial killers, okay? And the real truth of the matter, the only serial killers I know is white, all right, that I know of. They all white, all right. I don't know of no black serial killers, all right. If we want to keep it real, y'all ain't never heard of no nigga blowing up a goddamn thing. We too scary to blow up anything, all right? White people do that kind of stuff, okay? And you might say, Candy, if you're not trying to stir up hatred, why is you pointing out the white people negative characteristics? I'm doing that only because to show you how the news media have made it that we are monsters, although we ain't the one that have committed the biggest and the worst heinous of crimes. That's real talk. That's real talk right there. All right. Now, that's why I was pointing those things out. I can go on and on and on, all right, but I won't, because my only purpose for bringing those things up is to ask y'all to keep it real now. Keep it real with yourself, all right, because you don't know no black serial killers, and you don't know no black bombers either, all right. You never heard of none. Except that one random ass guy. I don't even know how true that was, okay, the truth be told, okay. So let's keep it real now, especially Americanized black folk. You don't know no Americanized black folks that do no serial killing or no bombing, but they quick to put us on a terrorist list. They put me on one. And it's mainly to demonize people that are doing good. And see, y'all don't know about that, okay? What they try to do is destroy our character so that nobody will listen to us. So they arrest you for shit. They push you in predicaments that make you look crazy. Do all kind of sneaky, underhanded stuff to you. And so what happens is, say like somebody sneak and pinch you, but you openly say, ouch, and you hit them. So, or maybe you don't even say ouch. I'll give this example. And then somebody pinch you sneakily, and then you, boom, you haul off and slap the shit out of them, all right? Well, somebody that's not being fair about that would automatically judge you to be in the wrong, because they say, well, hey, why you haul off and slap him for no reason? But somebody who want to really be realistic about it will ask, why did you just haul off and slap him? Then that will give you the opportunity to say, it wasn't out of the blue. I slapped him because he pinched me, all right? And so that is mainly a lot of the anger and resentment that you see amongst the black people towards white people. That is what you see. The results of being sneakily pinched. Old folks used to say, you my bad talking, throw the rock and hide your hand. Okay? And Um, Shorter rock and hide your hand mean you done already caused the problem, and then you hurried up and ran in the corner and acted innocent like you didn't done nothing, all right, when you know you did. And trying to, without even saying, oh, that's a bad person, you already know other people gonna automatically assume and think of them as bad because they seen what they done, but they didn't see what you did, all right, to that person to provoke them to that, all right. And what was done to me, wow, I ain't gonna even speak on that. To keep my life a little longer, I'm gonna shut the fuck up about it. But I will say this. A lot of the stuff that goes on to keep us quiet, it's real. For one thing, it's definitely real. I better leave that alone. But a lot of things you see, don't take that shit for face value, all right? Because things, that's why I had that saying that I say all the time, things ain't always what they seem, all right? And I might look like a dummy, or you might think, because of my bad pronunciation of words, that I'm unintelligent, but I'm a cold bitch when it comes down to economics and sociology, yeah? All right, I'm a cold bitch. And I didn't go to no school and learn what I know. I just know that God is real because he the one taught me all this. And I guarantee you, my knowledge and wisdom of the system of things can match anybody been to school and got a degree in it. I said that, and I meant that, and I can hold to that. So, not being arrogant or anything, I'm just letting y'all know that if you are intellectually sound, then you already, I don't have to convince you that what I'm saying is right because you hear the right in it. And that's a good start, all right. Now, to get some action going, like I said, activism is about doing something. And I'm going to wrap this broadcast up in just a few minutes since y'all ain't going to talk to me. Oh, y'all is talking to me with this new system. I don't like the way they doing this. Hey, darling. All right. Thank y'all for tuning in. Wow. I see a lot of people in here. Wow. I'm sorry. I was just running my mouth. Oh, Kim, Micah, Drew, Bill, Steve, Clint, Columbus, Greg, Steven, and John, and wow, I can't go through all of y'all. Okay, but I'm sorry, I got so focused on what I wanted to say, and I didn't even realize all y'all was in here. Y'all, look, they need, Facebook need to have it where when y'all tap in, y'all can holler at me and let me know y'all in the room. Google got that already, but Facebook need to catch up, yeah. Anyway, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I see Steven say, right on. Absolutely. I appreciate that. But more than just agreeing with me, I'm hoping that this uh, video produce some action and people get in with me and give me a call and we connect and get some things done, because I'm about providing solutions to the problems. Okay, what is our biggest problem in U.S. society as a whole, as a country right now? So our biggest problem is that the big people done got us in trouble financially and got us in a big old gigantic hole, suck hole of debt and credit. And so we got to do something about that. We can't, since we done already let them fuck over us with what they doing, we can't keep voting and thinking that's gonna change them fucking over us when it haven't never changed nothing in the past. All right. And I'm not saying to be against the government. Hell no. What I'm saying is the government is not responsible for our local individual communities. We need to take responsibility as a community or people, because we outnumber however many politicians it is, just regular people, the citizens of this United States. We outnumber them. And am I saying we outnumber them to attack them? Hell no. If we destroy the infrastructure of our economic system right now, as people would give that suggestion, because they don't know what they're talking about. That's the reason why you're not a leader, all right? Because all leaders and those that are knowledgeable of the economic system of things know that our system is built up now to the point where if we say, oh, we're going to take out the rich, filthy rich, and take that money from them. They've been screwing over us and da-da-da, and just stop. Don't let them get no more money. Don't let them do this. Don't let them do that. If we do that, it'd be just like the Jenga game, where you take out one block and boom, the whole system come tumbling down. The whole system, baby. The whole system. If you mess up the infrastructure, the whole structure of economics, then what's gonna happen is you're gonna have utter chaos. Okay. And still, even with saying that, it's people that couldn't even comprehend that. That's why you just need to follow. All right. That's why you just need to follow, because you don't even understand the simplest of things. I don't even know how to break that down any lower. Okay, that's why you just need to follow. But if we destroy the system of things the way it is and try to take away any aspect of that too abruptly, it will cause economic chaos and a full all disaster economically. All right. So how can we remedy these problems with the money? What we can do is create a whole totally different system aside from that, a workable system to the side, and build it up, and then slowly exchange the working parts for the non-working ones. Okay, you still might not understand what I'm saying. Okay, but that's all right. Okay, we can take small steps with first getting together in our local communities, and not just going to the city hall meetings and what they doing with their political bullshit, playing games like they want to help the people. And we can organize and have open meetings to discuss amongst the citizens what we can contribute to our economic success locally. Okay? And I can tell you this one factor that will explain to you why I can easily say that what we are doing at our record label is an awesome contribution to the solution. All right, I didn't say it was a remedy. I said it's a large contribution. Why? Because first of all, with our current system that we already have, we got everything we do. I don't care what industry you in, music touch your industry in some type of way. I don't care if you in oil, all right. Well, I've seen even people with oil companies that have a little jangle that expresses what that oil company is about. And a jingle is, a little small, a little commercial about the company, all right? A little song. So in that regard, you should understand that music touches everything. But in places where music don't go, you have a lot of people that's in the oil industry and in different natural resource companies that contribute and sponsor music related events and such, because they have different events and benefit functions, and sometimes they have openings, and sometimes they have merges, and all different types of events within that industry for whatever purpose. But music always touch everything we do. They play music in the grocery store to get you in the mood to spend some money. They play music on the video game to keep you excited about playing and get you addicted to hearing that music. And you get used to it and you don't even know you're getting addicted to hearing that, and you want to hear that song every day, because now you've gotten to the point where it has drawn you and you are addicted to it. All right. If we look at our personal lives, even when we are struggling in our relationships and stuff in life, what do? We hear a song, or we'll put on the radio or whatever like that, or we'll play our favorite song, and sometimes on the radio just happen to come on or whatever, and it gets you back in the mood of wanting to work it out and try to, the old school music did. I ain't gonna talk about this new stuff that they got. I'm talking about back when they used to make music to keep you together, all right? So we can listen to those songs, and it puts you in a frame of mind, a mood, relaxed, or gets you to a place of acceptance of the realities of the situation. That's what the blues do. That's a relatable experiences. We like the blues because even in the blues they talk about things that you can relate to, and hardships and stuff. So I said all that to say music touch everything. And I know that without a doubt, and I can prove it. All right. No need to do all that. So what y'all want to know, I'm sure, is, okay, we know music touch everything, Candy. Tell us how is this record label supposed to help us? Well, I'll tell you. Our record label is designed to be collaborative efforts between the community, the people of the community, and the businesses of the community, so that we do events and stuff, and we promote the businesses in the communities, so that people know in that community what's available to them, as far as shopping and employment, okay? Because sometimes people will go way across town or something simply because they didn't even know they had one right by them. So if we can raise aware of the different types of businesses available in your community right there locally, let's support the small mom and pop businesses. A lot of times people will go to these big stores and they'll patronize because they want to be a part of the crowd of being able to say, oh, I went to, I ain't gonna say no names, all right, but some people just get some type of self-worth out of being able to say they shopped at a specific store, all right? But I understand that. But let's try to place some of our dollars into the hands of the little people. I hear a lot of people, anywhere from poor to middle class, speaking against the wealthy, all right? But really, they are the ones that's to blame for the wealthy being wealthy. And the reason why I say that is because people don't know and understand that the most wealthiest of people are that way. If you look into the type of businesses that they have, they capitalize on getting not a whole lot of money at one time from one person, but they capitalize on the business structure of getting a lot of dollars from a bunch of poor people, all right? They want to just get the crumbs. They don't even want to hit you hard. They just want to get the crumbs. They crumb snatchers. So they have the wisdom of understanding it's quicker to get $1 than it is 2,000, all right? So they target poor and middle class communities to sell us things and to push things off on us commercially and things like that. They do that because of the numbers, all right? That because poor people outnumber rich. If they was just going after the rich people money, they couldn't be rich, all right? They are rich from poor people money, all right? And there were you looking at, okay, all these rich folks, they this and they that. Well, you the one putting the money in their pocket, all right? I bought this expensive ass MacBook Pro, okay? And I couldn't realistically go down the street around the corner and it'll be somebody who's making laptops that are have the functionality and everything that I get with this Mac. So am I being ignorant in saying that we giving them all the money? No, I'm not that stupid. I understand that some people is getting the money because they're giving you an exchange of merchandise or services of value worth that money, okay? And I'm not into no apples, nothing, okay? I don't buy Apple. products, to be honest. I stick with Google and Android and stuff like that. Okay, but when it came down to needing a specific product for a specific reason, I had to go to Mac and purchase one of the items because they was giving me the value that I needed in exchange for my money. All right. But I want you to understand that the difference between putting money in their pocket, how do I want to say? Make them motherfuckers work for it. Don't let them sell you any damn thing. They selling us all kinds of crap that break down in a year's time, or before that year over with, they got a new one. They want us to buy that. If y'all stop buying all this shit, they'll stop it, because they fucking up our ozone with making all this bullshit, plastic ass bullshit. All right, they fucking up our earth. Is at stake here. This is more than just racism. This, our earth is at stake here. Okay, when people are just caught up in consumerism and buying shit. I bought a mat because I know it was durable and it lasts and it do the job. And so all I need is this one item to complete all these other tasks. I'm gonna get that one item. I'm not gonna be buying this, and that, and they all do a couple of things a piece. No, I'm gonna get this right here. It do every damn thing. So I'm not gonna need one. I'm not gonna need to keep buying stuff. But most important thing is I'm not gonna be having to dispose of a lot of things. I'm a firm believer in recycling. Anybody will tell you, I drive a truck and I see stuff on the side of the road. I get that shit up, I pick that shit up and take it to the recycling yard where it belongs. That's just how candy is, baby. I believe that every little bit counts when you say you want to be active in solutions. Every little bit you do count. Because if I pick up a can and put it in its proper place to be recycled, and you pick up a can and put it in its that can add up to tons and tons of resources that can be recycled and used. All right. Now, more than just recycling to remedy this problem in our ozone and all this kind of stuff. Another thing that us supporting locally can do is it can shift. I'm not saying completely destroy no companies, but it can shift the money around where it's circulated a little more amongst the little people. All right. And what I mean circulated is that if all the money is going to the top, and it'll be just like your blood rushing to your head. All right, you're gonna get dizzy and you're gonna lose focus. All right, so we need to spread the money out a little bit. All right. Now, for those that think, oh, we need to eradicate the poor. No, I'm sorry, baby. Let me tell you something. I have dealt with people in poverty long enough to know it's some people that are in poverty because they trifling, all right? They don't want to work. They want society to take responsibility for their sorry asses or whatever like that. They don't want to contribute nothing. They just want to take. They take us, all right? And realistically, our society consists of those type of people as well. So, do I care whether they eat or whether they have a roof over their head? I do not. And I'm going to tell you why I don't care. Because, y'all correct me if I'm wrong now, but if you hungry and you need to eat, and somebody is offering for you an opportunity to provide for yourself, for you to eat, and you don't come to the table, well, baby, you gonna need to starve then. That's where I look at it, okay? And people that don't want to work is the same as people that don't want to come to the table and eat. Okay, so my suggestions are towards the people who will work and want to work and are looking for a plausible and practical solution to our society economic issues, and because then they will easily be able to see the benefits of it. Because let me explain something to you how economic structure work. Okay, the eco system or the system of economics. All right, when in a community, you have the people of that community helping one another, spending money within that community, all right? What happens is it makes for a better and healthier economic structure, because if you're working on the job and you getting paid properly for your job, you're more likely to not only be more faithful, be more loyal to that job, but you're more likely to cause that business to earn more money. Fact. And how so? Say, for example, you was working at Walmart and you're a Walmart employee and you was being realistic at that, hey, I might be working at Walmart, but I'm going to take pride in where I work at, okay, because I did this at Target, okay. And say, for example, you just a happy employee and you see something going on in your job that could cost the job company money. Okay, if you're a disgruntled employee, guess what you gonna say? Fuck them, right? If you already pissed off, they don't treat you right and whatever, you gonna say fuck them. If somebody slip and fall, they can get them a good lawsuit off of that water on that floor. Fuck them. But when you being treated right on the job, and people are knowledgeable of the fact that, hey, the more money this company got to pay out for bullshit ass lawsuits, they can't give me no raise if they paying out for lawsuits. Let me get this here water up. All right. But people are more subject to think in from that view, if they're being treated right, because once you already in the mindset, in the fucker mindset, all of that caring about the job and caring about its productivity goes out the door. All right. And like I said, and it's vice versa. If you are being mistreated, not only will people allow stuff to do, stuff to go on that they could have stopped, but they'll even steal from the job because they figure like, okay, you won't give me $15 an hour? then I'm going to steal the rest of my money up out your ass. So you see a lot of people with jobs still stealing on the job. I know because I worked in loss prevention. That's the hidden security people that you don't know that's on your job that's watching you stealing they shit out the supply room. All right. That was me. I'm watching you, you understand? And I saw a lot of high paying people stealing, but they stealing to compensate for the fact that they have gotten themselves in such debt. And that is our main problem that we have in the United States, that everybody have the greedy eye syndrome. I call it the greedy eye syndrome. And it's like when you see somebody else got something. I noticed one person got a new car, then another one, then another. Everybody start getting a new and you may not even say it out loud, but I've seen people copy off other people and get a new car when they didn't even need one. You understand? That's the greedy eye syndrome. Now we can't blame that on no president of our own financial personal circumstances. I don't care how much you don't like this president that we got. It's not his damn fault. It wasn't Obama's and no other president before them fault of who did what with their own personal financial situation. All right. Because just like I get my little money in or whatever like that, and I spend it on what I want to spend it on, and you do the same thing with yours. What none of them presidents involved when you went and picked out your car now. All right. And you went and got a car you knew damn well you couldn't afford. All right. Did no president make you do that. Did no governor make you do that. Even with the housing, if people stop pouring money into these houses and buying another one, and you got to get a bigger one, and you're in competition with the next person and all that, and you know damn well you couldn't afford it in the first place, it's not the government fault you lost your house now. You was mismanaging money and misappropriating your own personal finances. And the government is not responsible for that, darling. You're responsible for that. Just like when you went and got your car on credit, that was a choice you made because you could have bought one cash money. You could have saved your little finances or whatever and went and bought that same old vehicle, cash money. All right, let's get down to the nitty gritty with it. And let me tell you something, my soul calls for a living, so I know you could have got it way cheaper, cash money. All right, but you was being greedy or trying to keep up with the Joneses. And so you went and got it on credit. All right. Now, I'm not saying that to put nobody down. All right. I done had a couple calls on credit in the past before I learned better. But all I'm saying about these things that we going out and going getting on credit is this. We cannot lay blame to anyone but ourselves. What we doing with our own personal finances now. Because, like I say, just like if one person choose to go get something on credit, another one choose to get something cash money. It's a choice. It is clearly a choice. So let's keep it real. Another thing that I want to point out before I end this broadcast is that once the community is given a sufficient enough knowledge and information about the way the ecosystem works, then y'all can better make decisions. Right now, y'all just voting on a system of bullshit right now, okay? And so this is the reason why I don't get into politics and I don't play into the mind games and illusion of having a say so. Okay, now I ain't gonna get into that on this broadcast. I had to save that juicy conversation for another broadcast. But right now, all I want to say is, whoever in the hell you picked it to be president, and whether he got in office or not, my point is that they are irrelevant to what's going on in your local community. Even your governor, that man is governors and mayors and shit like that. They all still politicians. They are still just one person or a small group of people that have an agenda. And I haven't seen not one politician yet. I've seen plenty of them talk about that their agenda is helping, but I haven't seen. I wrote my local councilman. I ain't heard that I went up there. And anyway, let me shut up. But I have yet to see a politician that actually want to put into place workable solutions. So we got to just stop it. I'm not gonna patty cake y'all here. I'm not. Okay, it's enough bullshit on the local news that you can go catch if you want to hear more bullshit. I'm gonna keep it real with you. All right, we can help one another by. Okay, we can put a whole lot of action into complaining and talking about what's wrong. But if you really want to become an active person, an active, productive citizen of society, then we have to make a personal decision to contribute to something that we know for sure is creating a remedy, okay, to these problems. Put just as much effort into the solution as we do complaining, and we can get some shit done. What y'all think? I think so. If we put just 30% of the energy into productive solutions as we do complaining, we can make some waves, baby. We can make some waves because we're trying to build up a whole system of hubs all over the country where people can go, because people don't know that there are people that schooling is not going to help them. Formal schooling is not going to help them. I was born with mental disabilities. So I'm speaking up, I'm advocating for my kind of people. We may be born with mental disabilities, but don't get it twisted. That don't mean we can't contribute nothing productive to society. And I designed the label where we can get people in and find out what their situation is and find out what talents or skills that they do have already without trying to put them through years of boring schooling and all that old kind of shit. We can just activate the talents that they have already. And I'm not just talking about singing, because you have some people that are very talented and skilled in organizing things, and they don't even think of that as a talent. But that is definitely a talent, and there are people who get paid millions to do that, because they had these fancy titles on it, but it's the same thing as organizing when you have a business consultant come in and fix your business if it's going down or if it's not doing that well and you want to do better. Some big corporations will hire a business consulting firm that will come in and tell you what all you're doing wrong, what all you're doing right, and how you can maximize your profits and decrease your expenses, and overall have a more productive and healthy business. Okay, so basically all a business consultant do is come in and organize some shit. You know, and so some people just think of organizing as, you know, just a general skill, but it can be used very professionally. All right. So these are things that we want to teach people in our Music is Magic program. And we got the program is called Use What You Got. Okay. And we have, and that's for people who don't already know what their skills are, what their purpose in life is, and they're trying to find that out. And so we teach you not how to spend a bunch of money to get where you need to go, or going through putting yourself through a bunch of mental strain trying to force something that don't come naturally. But we have figured out that the things that come the easiest to us are the most pleasurable as well. And in turn, that's something you can do long term, and we can teach you how to earn money doing just that. So we don't spend a lot of time trying to get you from, have like a night and day change. We actually put more effort into showing you how to maximize some of the things that you do already. Okay, a lot of the things that you already do and didn't even realize that it's a business, and it can be a business, or you can procure money from that. Okay, so that's what I do. I'm a bad girl, all right, in the sense that I am very thankful that I have that gift to be able to see what other people are good at, and see. I have to not be a hater in order to see good in people sometimes, and to see and extract their good qualities. That's what I do. And I want to take that gift that I've been blessed with and use it to help others with, and for us to get the help that we need in our communities, because I do know this for sure. I'm in Jersey right now, and the economic state of the people is tragic. You see people working hard. It's some hard working ass people out here in New Jersey. But they seem to be so miserable because they working so hard. A lot of time people are working 2 jobs. They don't even, and this is just to keep up with the cost of living in this state. Good God Almighty. And so they're working so hard that there's just not opportunity for them to just really enjoy lives. And when I think of remedying a problem, I don't think another problem can help remedy a problem. So what I mean by another problem is if we thinking that just working gonna solve the problem, then we're not understanding that working is a problem too, in a sense, because of how and why people working, and wow, you got single women working 2 jobs because y'all done took their husbands out the home to help sponge and take up some of the responsibility of the financial needs. And you got some people, you got 2 parent household, and they struggling because y'all done brainwashed them into thinking they got to have all the newest, latest bullshit, and they just can't think for themselves. They just like robots and just must work, I must work, and and I want us to get back to being people. That sounds crazy, but I'm dead ass serious. I want us to get back to just being people. I don't want things to be back where they used to be. We have progressed because that's what we're supposed to do as intellectual beings. But what we're not supposed to ever progress from is being humans. Ain't no such a thing as progressing from that for me. So what I mean by is no such a thing, yes, plenty of people trying to make us superhumans and mixing animals with humans and all this kind of thing. Science is just going too far. They need to just try to figure out how we gonna treat each other right the way we is. How about they scientifically figure that shit out? All right. You'll see me get agitated with intellect or the appearance of people pretending to be smart, because to me that's just a pretense. If you done went and done all that studying and researching to figure out that black people have a fountain of youth up in them in our melanin and stuff like that, I was thinking to myself, you mean tell me you couldn't figure out how to treat us right? When you dug off up in our skin, before you even got to the skin, was it anything, any kind of light or spark that went off in you that said, why don't we figure out how to treat these people like people? Instead, you want to extract the goodies we got and leave us high and dry. Wow. That sounds something similar to what we doing to this earth. They done extracted all the oil and minerals and all other elements, beautiful elements that our universe is endowed with. They done extracted every damn thing, and now they done extract every damn thing, every little morsel of natural resources out of the United States. Now they going all not now, they've been doing this, but they going all up to other people country and stealing their shit, all right? And I don't know what Korea got over there, but they trying to extract something they don't got no business, all right? Korea ain't down for the record. I don't know nothing about no damn politics, and I don't give a fuck. But what I do care about is the fact that anybody who want to come to me and talk about they have any level of intellect is, only thing I want to know is you smart enough to figure out that if you continue in this pattern of where you're going, that you're gonna eventually utterly destroy the human race. Period. Because, like I said, this offense that we're experiencing in this day and age, baby, this don't got nothing to do with race. Because if we destroy this universe, guess what? That's gonna affect all people. All right. I don't care where you at. If they go to tampering the way they doing with these unnatural, yep, I said it. With these so-called natural disasters that ain't natural, that they cause because they over there fracking and doing stuff they don't got no business. I said it. Yeah, I know what fracking is. And y'all just being ridiculous, and y'all sometimes we get mad, us regular citizens, when they do stuff and cause problems. Now, I will say this, and I think after I say this, I'm gonna be done. You got the people that's out there protesting for the damn rats in the lab. Don't kill the rats. Don't kill the rats. Bitch, please sit down. All right. Because we can complain about how scientists and explorers and all that, people like that, we can complain about how they go about getting the information that they gather. But it ain't no denying that however in the hell they getting it, when it's benefiting us, it benefits us to know this stuff. So, what they call that? We got to be realistic if we want to address problems with realistic and practical solutions. And realistically, sometimes scientists have to do fucked up shit to figure shit out. I mean, when I say fucked up shit, I mean stuff you may not like, but stay out of their business. Let them do what they're doing now, sometimes. Now, they got to test them animals and stuff to see if it's okay for them to administer medications or whatever kind of remedies they trying to come up with for humans. So if they don't test it out on the animals, then they gonna do like they used to do back in the day and testing guinea pig or human being. Is that what you want? They gotta test something. They gotta have a control station. They have to have something that they tested on. All right, and then they have variable situations, so they're gonna need a whole bunch of different rats so they can check all the variables. All right. So just stop it. All right. Just stop it. Okay. When we want to talk about, we want to deal with things. When we want to really help. Think about it. What is you helping? You helping rats now? You mean to tell me you got a whole group of motherfuckers done took off work to protest for rats? And we still haven't figured out why a black man can get killed in broad daylight and shot in the back, and the person don't have no repercussions over that? Come on now. What is you fighting for? What is you fighting for? That's another thing with activism that we really need to get an understanding of. Before you can become active, you first need to get an understanding what you're fighting for. I'm going to end this broadcast for right now, but in the meantime, in between time, as always, I say, keep it real or take your ass back to fantasy land.